Hey, it's Melody, and in this video, I take care of this entire box of scraps. I would say like 98% of these scraps were used to make things like this: a tailor's ham, the kidney shaped one, a sleeve roll, and an enormous floor cushion. And these scraps I've saved for I want to say my youngest is gonna be 6 soon, and I think it was about when he was still a baby. I saved some of these scraps. I'll just say like 5 years. 5 years I've had these scraps accumulating, and I just felt bad that it was gonna go in the trash because there's already so much trash in the world. I really wanted to do my part and repurpose them, not add more trash to the world. Yeah, okay, so I'm making the pattern based on the picture I saw. The pattern is by Katia Oliveira. Thank you, Katia. I used your measurements. So the height of the ham is a total of 7.4 plus 3.9. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say 11 and a half. But I think I went 12. Don't do what I did. I should have folded the paper first and then drew the lines. Like, always do that first. Okay, so from the top of the ham to the first adjacent line should be half of 7.4. I'll just go 7.5 because it's easier to divide. That is 2, 4, 6, 3 and 3/4, I believe. And then the lower line is half of 8.4 or 8.5. I just go 8.5. And what is that? 4 and 3/4. And then I connect the lines. And then I kind of also just play around with the curves a bit until it looks like the picture. I like the way the picture looks. It looks really nice. I don't know what it is, but my ham first came out sort of pointy. Like my curves were kind of pointy, if that makes sense. And I really wanted it to round out more. It's hard to explain, but that's the way I can describe it. I'm cutting it out now, and then when I open it, I'm gonna see how it looks and kind of it doesn't look like the picture, and I wanted it to look like the picture. I wanted it to look more plump, and I just compare it, and I can see that maybe the curves on the bottom were too tight, so I really had to round it out more. Take it in. Yes, you can say that the ham is divided into 3 parts. So I had mentioned that the height was a total of 3.9 or 4 inches plus 7.5 inches, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, 11.5, but I think I rounded up to 12. And my thinking is that I'm a bigger person and I make a lot of things for me. So if the tailor's ham is bigger, then that's fine. Yeah, so I mean, at these marks, the 4 inches and the 7.5 is where I marked the 3 and 3/4, and then the lower line was the halfway point of 7.5 inches, and that was the mark for that was half of 8.5, and that is 4 and 3/4 inches. Sorry for the math, and it probably doesn't make any sense. This is just all noise. I'm background noise. I'm pretty sure you just have this on and you're just doing stuff around your house, so it's not so quiet. Oh yeah, see, Katia Oliveira, thank you for sharing your measurements. Now I'm just scrolling and looking for more things to copy so that I can use my scraps. I'm so happy because today I finished the floor cushion. It took forever. It is a big pillow. I'm telling you, when you see it, you probably don't care. You don't care as much as I do, but like for me, I feel so accomplished that I used 5 years of saved scraps. I saved trash. That's what I did. I hoarded trash for 5 years, and it's finally repurposed. It's not trash anymore. It's stuffing. It's useful things that I need. Yeah. So this is the kidney shaped one. I have no idea what to use it for, honestly, but I made it. And it was cool because it's the same height and shape as the ham. And then I know the other thing that I really wanted to make was the sleeve roll, because that seems super useful. And I took the measurements off of this picture from Amazon. That reminds me, I'm very upset with Amazon. I paid for shipping for new headphones, and it was supposed to come in today, and then it says it's delayed, and they said they won't charge me until it is shipped. But fuck, you guys you already charged me. You charged me 2 days ago. Better not be a scam. I want my headphones. So these patterns are pretty easy. It's just, you make it, and it's for bottom and top. So you cut 2, and for the sleeve roll, I kind of used my own arm for the length, and then I used the circumference of my wrists and my elbow in the pattern, in the measurements, because I've never used this ever before. I've never used a sleeve roll, maybe in school, but I've never used it personally. So now I'll be using it all the time because I have it. Look, I'm a big girl. I'm not ashamed. I've always been a big girl. I have always loved my body. Like, I always see the bright side. I always tell myself I'm hard to kidnap, and that's good for me. And I can lift heavy things. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty strong person. I have to test. I have to put it to the test though. See how strong I am. How do you test how strong you are? Do you fight people? I always wanted to get into kickboxing, and actually, like, only now in my life I'm more concerned with my weight, because I do want to prolong my life and be healthy and make sure I'm there for my kids, because I am a single parent and we lost my husband. It's gonna be 2 years this March of 2025. So for me, being in that mindset, it's important for me to take care of my health. That does include my weight. And I did lose 20 pounds. I was like 205. And that was the heaviest I've ever been. So yeah, I lost a little bit weight, but I do want to like lose a little bit more, and I might take a class, because I think that's the best way for me to like stay on a routine, is if like I have to be part of a schedule. I have to like show up and participate. Plus I paid for it. That's another thing. Okay, so I am tracing this one side of the ham, right? And I'm going to use a tracing wheel to follow the curve of that kidney shaped ham. And then after I pull the pattern off, I can see the markings. What is it called? Perforated? Hold on, let me Google it. Hey Google, how do you spell perforated?
Perforated is spelled Perforated.
Okay, perforated. Hey Google, what does perforated mean?
Here's the definition of perforated: pierced with a hole or holes.
Pierced with a hole or holes, baby. I know my words. I know English. Okay, so traced it, cut it out, and then that's all the patterns. I do I did do I did do a like little doll pattern. That's because I did like a voodoo doll pincushion not too long ago, and that was off camera, but I wanted it to look better, so I did mess around with the pattern a bit. Sorry that it's 13 minutes into this video and all I'm doing is making patterns, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should skip all this part. I kind of like it though. I really enjoy making patterns. Something about it kind of brings me back to like in kindergarten, when you have to like cut things out, like trace, like connect the dots, right? Like when you're learning your numbers or your ABCs, and then you do the connect the dots, A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you cut out the picture. I don't know. It just kind of brings me back to those simpler days. I love those days. Now I'm working on the doll. You know what? I don't think I made the pattern and I started sewing it up, but I really didn't like how the head came out based on this pattern. It came out too triangular, like a pyramid, and it's not supposed to be a pyramid. It's supposed to be a sphere. So I think if I do another doll, it's not gonna be I guess I'm not gonna use this head pattern. I'll just do what I did before, which was a circle. I just cut out a circle. I stuffed it, and I did a base. I basted the edge, and then I pulled, right? Kind of like how you gather a gathered skirt, right? Um, and you pull it and it takes it in and ends up becoming a circle. It's just that the gathers bother me. And I wish I could figure out a way to make a sphere. Sometimes I don't want to like copy everything, like I do enjoy figuring it out. Some parts of me enjoy a challenge to some degree. Yeah, like I like figuring it out. So like I have until now, to this point where I'm doing the voiceover, I haven't gone and cheated and googled how to make a sphere pattern. Yeah, like if I do it again, what I would do is also I want the doll to be bigger. I don't know if I don't want to make another cute doll just to stick pins in it. I just want a doll. I just want a doll pattern and see if I can do it. But I don't need another doll. We have so much plushies already. So I don't know. I'm just intrigued by the pattern. I guess it's something like when I start something, it's hard for me to put it down. It's hard for me to give it up. Like I will take a break from it, but I still like it's still like in the back of my brain, like forever until I pick up where I left off. Yeah. The changes I wanted was that I wanted the belly of the doll to stick out more. So I did emphasize a curve. So the body piece is not going to be one piece. The legs are going to be separate. The tummy is going to be separate. The legs are all separate. I also want the back pattern to look like a back with a butt, and I want butt cheeks on it. Remember from those leggings from TikTok like a few years ago where like there is ruching on the back crotch so that the people's butts were like really stick out because that crotch seemed really like digs into their ass. I hated those leggings. I didn't buy one, but every time like I saw an ad for it or people wearing it, I just I mean, yeah, your butts look great. That's nice. But yeah, I'm trying to like grasp that concept and apply it to the doll patterns back. Yeah, I ended up sticking them all in like a Ziploc bag, the pieces, because they're so small, and I pinned them away. I clipped them and put them where all the patterns are for another day, another month. There's so many things I need to get done. Oh, so it was really interesting to dig through this box of scraps. You can see it's overflowing. Some are scraps I saved from when I was working for a company. A local company, and everything else are projects that I've worked on over the years. Some I used for muslin, right? Because I didn't have actual muslin. I just used whatever I have as muslin. Yeah. So I've made let's see. That I think I used the yellow is from when I had it laying around, and then when a girl needed clothes for a special event for a carnival for one of the public schools here, I used that. Oh, the little the little baby gown was when my friend lost her baby. They were twin boys. She couldn't find someone, or she couldn't like find little clothes for them. She had a miscarriage. They were so tiny. They were less than a foot long. And I had like deleted my Facebook and my Instagram at that time, so she couldn't like contact me. So she reached out to a friend of a friend to like talk to me. So it was so great to help someone. Sometimes it feels like when you have like these sewing skills and it kind of seems like purposeless, and then you find out that someone actually needs you to make them something that they can't find anywhere, even on the internet. It's like, it's so special. It fills me with so much purpose, and I was more than happy to help her. This is how it turned out. She had purchased the supplies. She wanted the vests to be blue. What is that? Teal? It's like a light teal. And then everything else was white. And I got the pattern. Oh, she had told me that there's a pattern online. So she gave me the link and I downloaded it and I used it. Yeah, it's just that I don't think she could find someone like so. And this girl, oh my god, I love this girl. She was one of our valedictorians in high school, and I love her. It's just so sorry. I just feel so sorry that happened to her, that she lost her babies. So I really wanted to package the gowns really nicely, and she had asked for like those little diapers as like momentums to remember them by. And I had leftover fabric, so I asked her if she wanted a quilt. So I made a quilt for her, and I put it in a cake box. And it was just so nice because it has that window, and I put like all the like shredded paper stuff that you could buy at a gift store. So like I really like packaged it up nicely. It's just I don't know, is that weird? Like, it's just so special, and to like give somebody what they need, and it's just I don't know. That's what I did, and I thought it was nice. The pattern is by Seven Pine Design. It's a combination of their angel gown and the little vest. They have a downloadable PDF for the patterns, but it's like really hard to get a hold of it. But the sizes they include on the nested pattern is from the tiniest, micro, tiny, preemie, and newborn. So this was like really helpful because I think she really needed it at the moment, and the pattern was already ready. I just had to print it out, and I cut the fabric, and yeah. So that was a Seven Pine Design. I'm not even talking about what I'm actually doing in the video. I'm talking about something else completely. But yeah, those were some things I've done over the years, and cutting it up and stuffing these ironing essentials, I like to call them. Yeah, I kind of jumped forward in time because my battery died on my camera, and then our chargers weren't working. I had to order new chargers. And yeah, so I kind of just went ahead and I cut up the fabric for the patterns I made. And I sewed them up, and I just left a little hole so that I could stuff the stuffing through, and then I hand sewed them shut. And actually, I'm gonna take you now to like how I shred the fabric, and it's so time consuming and it hurts my fingers. Like I developed callus from cutting repeatedly over and over again. I had to wrap my hand up, and then also that my forearm was starting to hurt too. So I had to wrap my forearm up a couple times. I wish I could buy a shredder that could shred fabric, but I think the office shredder that you can buy like at Office Depot, they say that you can't put fabric in to shred. I think it would jam it up. That's why. And there was a point in time where I was using my rotary cutter to cut the fabrics, which was a lot faster, but it really dulled the blade, and I had to go back to using the scissors. I think these are professional grade scissors for fabric. Hold on, I'm gonna go check it up. I know my husband bought it for me on Amazon, so I'll give you the info. All right, according to Google, this is premium forged steel with precision ground knife edged blades, bent handle design for comfortable, mistake-free tabletop cutting. Ginger dressmakers. This is the title if you look them up on Amazon. Ginger dressmakers fabric scissors, 8-inch stainless steel shears, sharp knife edge steel sewing scissors with protective sheath, sewing scissors for fabric cutting and tailoring, holds fabric flat. Not really. Sometimes it depends on the angle that you hold your scissors. It won't cut like a perfect match. If you have layers stacked on top of each other, the degrees kind of shift from layer to layer. What else? These are like the best scissors I've ever had. I really love them. I think when I was working for a company, a local fashion company, their scissors were like so much bigger than the ones that I have. And I kind of got used to the bigger ones. So the only thing now that I would like are slightly bigger shears. Yeah. Durable chrome coated nickel finish on these scissors, made with long lasting premium forged steels, precision ground blades, easily cut layers. True. But the thing is, because I live in Hawaii and it is humid, there is some rusting happening. Yeah. What else? I guess. Yeah, I love them. Love them very much. I need to find a place that can sharpen them though. You can't, you need to take them to a professional to get it sharpened. So if I can't find someone, I'll just buy another pair. So if you saw like the way I shred them is that I take like a nice chunk of scraps and I fold them once, twice, 2 to 3 times, and I'm able to like cut through all those layers pretty easily. But after like an hour, like I can feel my arm like heating up, like the nerves and the muscles are like stressing out. So, and it's I like to shred it up because like it makes a like a nice consistent smooth stuffing. There isn't a lot of clumping, but I do kind of have to like move them around and like really smash them in to get a really hard consistency. Yeah, it's just because I'm thinking about the long run. Like, I'm gonna have this for a long time, if not forever. And I don't want to have to open it up and restuff it. So I'm trying to like make it as stuffed, as stiff as possible. Yeah, and you'll be surprised with the it's like no matter how much you shred, like all of those scraps that was on the table are all gone and all shredded and put into this. It's like it's surprising how much it compacts. Yeah. And I do like a little press test to see if it's where I want it to be, and kind of have to just shove them around. Shove the pieces around until I'm satisfied with the consistency. So like all this, like, because there's air pockets in between, it looks like a lot, but when you really smash it down, it's like less than half. It's surface area. That's me. Look at that dork. This is it. It's not exciting at all, except for when I punch it. It gets a little exciting. Okay, going back to talking about them shredders. So I believe that the blades in the shredder would dull out because my rotary cutter dulled out after one session. And I went back to using the fabric shears. You know, the thing that was designed to cut fabric like forever, for your whole lifetime. There are shredders for like carpets and textiles, but they are industrial grade machines. They're loud, they're big. You need a like specific place to house them, and they're like 20 grand. I don't have that kind of money. Yeah. So you know what? This is the best thing to do. It's to cut them all by hand. And you know, even though it's so time consuming, I'm really placing an importance on doing this, taking the time to doing this very boring task, because I don't want more trash in the world. I might as well use it, repurpose them, give them use, you know, instead of throwing them away. And when you grow up in Hawaii, there really is, I don't know about a lot of people, but for me, like, I really love my island. I want it to stay beautiful. I don't like littering. Whenever I go to the beach, I try to pick up trash when I leave, because I don't want it to end up in the ocean. Like, the impact of littering is so immediate and so severe when you live in an island, because the negative outcome happens instantly. Does that make sense? Like, the ocean's right there. The ocean is like 5-10 minutes away from me. If like it's a super windy day and I lost a little plastic wrapper, it's gonna end up in the ocean, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of that. I don't like there's so much trash. So for me, doing this super boring task is important. Like, I need to do it, and it's time to use up the scraps that I've hoarded under my bed for 5 years. Okay, so when I finished the ham, I went back to the sleeve roll, and like I did a little poke test, and it didn't match with the ham. The ham is a lot stiffer, so I decided I'm gonna open it up, the roll, and add more stuffing to it. So kind of where the opening is, I kind of like shove my hand in, and I kind of like compress all the other stuffing in there, like to the sides, and then make a hole, and I keep like shoving more scraps in there until I'm happy. Anyway, I didn't mind opening it up again because I did a really crappy job on sewing it shut. It was kind of, the sewing line was kind of wobbly, and I didn't like it, and I know it was really bothering me. So I was like, it's fine. I'll stuff it some more, and then I'll do a better job sewing it, because the way I did the other two, the kidney and the ham, it was so nice. I did such a good job. Also, because the roll was the first one that I did, I didn't do that fray solution thing that kind of like glues up the edges so that it won't fray, right? I forgot to do that, and this one, it frayed a lot. But as I opened it up a second time, right, I added it just in case, just so that it doesn't fray more, because the seam allowance on these are 1/4, and it frayed half, so it frayed 1/8 of an inch. So I was getting scared that it would open up. So, like, to make it nicer, wait, so this is a ladder stitch. Oh, see, like how nice it came out. Like, it's like almost perfect. Like, it's almost straight. Like, this is the other side. That was the machine, and this is my hand stitching. Yeah, happy with how it came out. It's not as bothersome. There's a slight curve, a very slight curve, but it's not bothering me as much. It's a huge improvement from the first one. But yeah, I was gonna say something, but I forget. Oh, if you want something to come out like really perfect, do little marks with like a chalk or a friction pen or marker. I used Prismacolor pencils because the wax on the Prismacolor color pencils, right? They draw nice lines on fabric. There aren't too many. Like, yeah, I think the color pencils, I think, almost work better than chalk. Yeah, like, it's so easy to mark things. Okay, so it's done. The only thing I would say about the color pencils is that only draw cut lines, because you don't want to see any of the markings, right? I mean, for me, I used it as a stitch line here, but it's not important because it's not clothes, right? If it was clothes, no, don't do that. But if it's for other things, yeah, do that. Oh my god, it's the end of the video. Hey, thanks for listening to me jibber jabber. I love you. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.